YouTube. Oh, it really hurts my throat doing that. Welcome back to the YouTube! A little while ago, I asked you guys what's the funniest / weirdest thing that's happened to you in lesson, and we have got some stories back. And let me tell you, they are great. They are some crazy, crazy stories. Some of them are just a little bit unbelievable, and I just worry about you guys sometimes. I really do. You send me these stories, you send me these things that have happened to you in the classroom, and I just think, do I need to contact the police? Before we start, guys, don't forget to subscribe because Archie wants you to. And if you don't, he will kill you. That's not a threat, that's a promise. I've also got the teacher's lanyard on. Not really sure why, but it's blue. Maybe Archie is a teacher. First story. Someone took out 8 rats from their bag and let them loose in class. What? Not 1, not 2, but 8 rats. Where do they get 8 rats from? Are they breeding rats? That literally sounds like something Archie would do. I'd love to have been there. I'd love to have seen what happened. All the kids just running around going, ah! Not many kids like rats. I just want to know where he got the rats from. I got called a fat f***, which was hilarious. Who called you a fat f***? Was it the teacher or a bully? So I had a sub for PE and most of the class didn't do anything, so she left saying, I don't get paid enough. That would be absolutely wild if the teacher just left saying I don't get paid enough and then you're just there on your own. I bet the whole class celebrated after that happened. I would have been so happy. The only time like something similar to that happened is when the teacher doesn't like arrive to the lesson. I think it's like there's like some sort of rule. If the teacher is 15 minutes late or longer to the lesson, then you're allowed to leave. But yeah, that's the only thing close to that. Man, yeah, that's crazy that the teacher just left saying I don't get paid enough. Oh, actually, to be fair, it was a substitute teacher, so that might explain it. Had a sub, I made a random noise and yelled at my mate. Sent me out and asked the class if I was autistic. Asked the class, just had to confirm, sent the kid out for misbehaving, and then just had to ask the class, right, while he's gone, guys, is he a bit autistic? Or that is funny. That is a funny story. I'm not even sure if you're allowed to ask that either. Managed to reflect a glare of my ruler into my teacher's eye. That's a good prank. That's a good funny prank. Someone threw a water-filled condom into my English class and my teacher was showing the deputy head's teacher, I'm assuming that is. That's, why do kids love putting things in condoms and throwing them around? What is it with that? They just love it. They just have an addiction to condoms. They do make great water balloons, to be fair. When I had a peanut for the first time, no one told me I had to break off the shell. I ate it. Well, of course you got to break off the shell. You're not going to... It's so hard. I mean, that's kind of your own fault, I'm not going to lie to you. Some kid about 3 years ago was in lesson and we was learning about sex ed and he had an erection. Oh, no. Oh, no. That poor kid. I feel for him. Oh, I can relate. No, I can't. That must be embarrassing. I hope you didn't shout out to the class that he had an erection and just kept it to yourself. That would have been too embarrassing. Someone ripped ass and then said, I think I made boom boom. What does I think I made boom boom even mean? Does that mean I think I myself? Or does that mean I think I farted? Ripped ass is a great saying. Doing sit-ups during PE and farted, I was so embarrassed. It is always so embarrassing when you fart in school. It literally got to a point. I used to fart so much. That it got to a point in my friend group that if there was a fart, even if it wasn't me, my friends would just be like, oh yeah, Jake did it. Oh, Jake, for f***'s sake, he's farted again. It wasn't me. Sometimes it wasn't me. And they'd just blame me. I could have been sat at the other end of the f***ing classroom and they would blame me. Anyway, sorry, I'm just getting out some of my PTSD. I wrote tosser on the front of someone's book as a prank and found out it was my own book. You tosser! I mean, that would have been a funny prank, but you just literally pranked yourself. That's funny. That's a funny story, and well done. Well done for admitting it. I got in trouble for drinking water and apparently being too hydrated. How can you be too hydrated? Just so full of water and constantly needing to piss all the time. Maybe that's the only reason you could be too hydrated. Why the teacher would be angry at you for that, though, I don't know. By the way, guys, carry on watching because these stories only get better. Kid got angry at the IT teacher and then threw a bin at his head, knocking him clean out. What? Did he actually knock the teacher out? That is crazy. I can't tell if this is a made-up story or not. If he actually knocked the teacher out, I'd love to know what happened to him. If you knock a teacher out, you've got to be expelled for that, surely. That is like an Archie level thing to do right there. My college professor went into labor and didn't leave until she finished her lecture. Well, so she was just like giving birth to a baby while still giving the lecture? What the f***? Imagine she's still giving the lecture, talking about, I don't know, whatever. And there's just a baby's head poking out. She's like, no, I must finish. I need to finish this. These kids have paid to be here. Fair enough. Dedicated worker. I was going toilet and all I can hear was just kissing and moaning. Oh, that must be so awkward. Why? Why in school? Why? I don't get it. Our new history teacher was unable to remember names, and he usually called out students by their physical features until he wanted to call one African kid, oh no, who was wearing navy blue prefect sash. He called him out like, hey you, black sash. We all started to burst out with laughter. Oh my God. He called him Black Sash. Why was he calling them by their physical features and not their actual names? Even if you can't remember names, like you just wouldn't do that. Surely. That is quite funny, to be fair. I hope he wasn't offended by that. A teacher threw a chair at a lad sleeping. Oh my God. Imagine being woken up by a chair landing on you. That has got to be up there with one of the worst ways to wake up. How can the teacher do that as well? How dare they? Surely the teacher got punished for that. They would have loads of witnesses. Like everyone in the class would have seen it as well, so they can't get away with it. Seems a bit harsh to me, is all I'm saying. In food tech, we were making chocolate cake and my friend got the cake and chucked it at our teacher. Okay. What? Why? Why do they do that? I'm assuming the teacher wasn't very nice. I hope you got away with it. My teacher's saying if we don't stop talking, he will get his stick out. What does he mean by stick? Oh God, I'm a little bit worried. About this one. Literally could mean anything. I remember my teacher had like a meter-long ruler. I'm hoping this is the same with this class. What the f***? Was he like threatening you he was going to get his knob out? Is that what that was? My seat is right next to a window and I looked out and saw a man in a bin bag running. Oh yes. When you're sat in a class and you get to sit next to the window, the amount of crazy things you get to see out of that window is so distracting when you're in class, because whatever they're doing in class is always going to be boring unless it's a lesson you like. You just look out the window and the amount of things you see looking out that window, if it's a good view, is great. Why was this man in a bin bag though? That's what I want to know. I got called an ice cream by my PE teacher because only half my face went red when I was hot and sweaty. Oh God, sounds like a circulation issue you got there. Called you an ice cream. Your teacher sounds like a bit of a bully, I'm not gonna lie. Dog broke into our school playground and the teachers were chasing it for an hour. A dog broke in. What did he have, like a little blowtorch and clippers? Knocked down the fence. Somehow managed to outrun the teachers for a whole hour. How are those teachers? Either that or the dog is an absolute genius. A kid ran into the class with wet, used toilet paper and threw it at my forehead. Oh God. So I'm sorry to hear that. Wet, used toilet paper. So basically, they just threw at your face. Ugh. The guy sat next to me tried to set me on fire with his lighter. What? Why? Some kids are just a little bit f***ed up, aren't they? They just have one too many issues. A little bit of a pyromaniac just wanted to catch you alight. A boy got caught having a wank in the back of the class. It was RE too. Oh, of all the classes to have a wank. Religious education is not the one, guys. Come on. That's crazy. If I was a teacher and I caught one of my students doing that, I think I'd walk out. I would be the teacher. I'd be like, I don't get paid enough for this. That's crazy. The teacher didn't come, so one girl swung on the projector cable from the desk like Tarzan. That is so true. When the teacher doesn't arrive, why does the whole class feel the need to act like silverback gorillas and chimpanzees? If the teacher's not there, they'll just start picking stuff up and lobbing them everywhere, swinging on projectors, I don't know, climbing the walls. Just act like idiots. And then the teacher arrives and they're, oh yeah, we need to work. Kids are stupid. Didn't happen to me, but someone got caught being fingered in an English lesson. Oh yeah. Okay, didn't happen to me. Happened to a friend, did it? Just love how they just had to make that clear at the start. Didn't happen to me, but someone got fingered in an English lesson. Okay. I'm not sure what I'm meant to do with that information. Yeah, bit weird. What happened to them after they got caught? Did the teacher join in or... Oh, God. Someone took Viagra, spent the whole lesson trying to get them to stand up. That is funny. Why would you take Viagra in school? Is that meant for like 80-year-olds? Why in school? Same. That's my question. I just want to know why you would do that in school. Spend the whole lesson trying to get them to stand up. That is funny. That is funny. Did you get them to stand up in the end? Okay, we made it to the last one. One time, my PE teacher was doing a demonstration. Then some random kid from the year below came in and shouted, "Someone shit in the sink!" Best moment of my life. Wow, that would be funny. If I was in year 11 and some year 7 ran in and shouted that, that would be the best day of my life. Why would someone shit in the sink? Kids are gross, aren't they? Some kids. How would they manage to also shit in the sink without the teacher knowing? That's what I want to know. Did they do it like during break or lunch? Just so many questions. So many. The amount of shit people get up to, literally, in school is crazy. I love these stories that you guys send me, just because it takes me to a different place and my imagination just runs wild. Oh god. Anyway, that's gonna be it for today's video, guys. Hope you enjoyed these stories as much as I did. Sometimes these stories make me worried and sometimes they just make me laugh, so keep it up, guys. Great stories. You're doing a cracking job. Okay, that's gonna be it for today's video, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Before we go, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Take it easy, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Oi! Subscribe!
Oh god, please subscribe! Subscribe!
Subscribe! Subscribe!